Excuse me. Okay. Today we're going to learn how to juggle a milsmess. This is a personal favorite of mine, and it's a personal favorite of a lot of people's. It is a very complex and difficult trick. So, there are some prereqs, for you to be able to juggle this. Assumptions I'm going to be making whenever I'm discussing this. I'm already assuming that you can juggle a 3-ball cascade. I'm assuming you can juggle a reverse cascade. So let's give that another try. And I am assuming you know how to juggle under the arm. Let's give that another try. Assuming you know how to do all that already, it's not required, but it is much more helpful if you're already capable of doing this. You'll have the flow and feel of how to juggle already in your hands. So, like normal, we're going to start with 1 ball. We're going to start with your arms crossed. Start with the ball in your dominant hand. For me, that's my right, which is this one. You're going to start with your arms crossed and make sure your dominant hand, the hand with the ball, is over top of the other hand. What you're going to do is you're going to throw the ball in the air, and then you're going to cross your arms the other direction and catch the ball with your other hand, your left hand or your non-dominant hand, as it goes over, like this. You should be able to do this both ways. This is the first throw of the sequence that we're going to need to know in order to juggle a milsmess. Once you get comfortable doing that just the way I showed you, we're going to add on the second ball in the second throw. Alright. We're going to resume the exact same position as before, 1 ball in each hand. Again, it's preferable to start with your dominant hand over top. Now you're going to do the exact same throw you did before, like that, except now you're going to throw the second ball immediately after the first, right before catching. So, as this ball's flying through the air, you're going to, at this point, throw the second ball, this one, and catch that. And then as your right hand is coming over top of your dominant hand is coming over top of your non-dominant hand, and then going to go under, and now catch the second ball while it moves under, resetting you into this position now. It's going to look like this. I'm going to have to edit that one out, or not. Again, get comfortable juggling this both ways. And a little bit faster even. Once you're comfortable doing that, we're going to put in the rhythm for the third ball. And we're going to do that like usual with snapping. You're going to start with 2 balls once we get there. You'll start with 2 in the on top hand. The hand that's above the other. Should be your dominant hand. You'll start with 2 balls in that hand. Immediately after we throw our second ball is whenever we're going to snap our fingers on our dominant hand as if we were throwing a third ball. It'll look like this. If you want, you can get comfortable doing this the other way too. That one was a little bit mistimed. Let's give that one a try. There we go. Now we can, whenever you go to throw this ball, you'll be throwing it from an underhand position. It is going to need to cross, go over, and land in your other hand, your now top hand. So it's going to look like this. We're just going to do 3 throws right now. I think that one was out of frame. Let's back up and get another one. Ideally, you want the ball to come a little bit further than what that throw just did. We can ignore that one too. Or like that. back up a little bit. And then get comfortable doing that both directions. Apparently you need to be more comfortable with it than I am. Should be enough good examples of that you can pause and slow the video down on YouTube to watch it slower. Just, ignore the ones that didn't turn out so well. Once you do get comfortable doing that both ways, starting with both hands on top, or either hand on top, I should state. Can't exactly start with both hands above the other, it doesn't really work. Once you're comfortable doing it one way, you simply close that time gap of where I'm pausing, pause, mid-air collision, drop the ball, pause. And get rid of these pauses and just try to push them together. And that's a good way to do it. Another good way is to just focus on, okay, what would be the next throw in the sequence, okay? So I went and done my 3, what would I do now? Well, I'd throw this ball here in the back that I was already holding, back in the air. Oh, I accidentally did 2 more throws. And throw that one back in the air and catch it in my underhand as it moves over. It's a repeat of the exact same, our first throw. The first throw we do, it's a repeat of the exact same throw. We handle it the same way, we just alternate the hands now. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't count because, drop the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, dropping the 6th ball, but you got the idea anyways. So now we're going to do just 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we can do this both ways. 1, 2, 3. Maybe we can't. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You then build up to a 5th and a 6th throw, slowly, one at a time. This is how I learned this trick anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, and then a 6th throw and a 7th and an 8th, and you'll figure it out. Once you get through about 9 to 12 throws of you're able to consistently do it, you'll be able to extend the pattern out from there naturally. You'll have the flow of the pattern down by that point. Other ways to think about this trick that I've seen people use to teach it that didn't prove effective for me, but it might for you, so I want to put that option out there. You can think of this pattern as being a reverse cascade with an underhand throw, if that helps you. You can also think of it as if you can juggle a windmill. The windmill has also been referred to as a cascade. At least I found it. So if you know either one of those tricks, it's the same trick. It looks like this. Except you typically don't drop a ball. If you can juggle that both ways, then all a milsmess is juggling it three throws going one direction, and then alternating going 3 throws the other direction. These both required you to already know a rather advanced trick. Not entirely advanced, I suppose. The underhand throw and the reverse cascade are both pretty easy patterns to learn, tricks to learn. But the windmill or the false cascade, whichever you prefer. False cascade, the false shower, and those are both pretty advanced tricks. So that's not very helpful for beginners, and I couldn't learn the trick. I tried months and months trying to combine the reverse cascade with the underhand toss to try and learn this juggling trick, and it didn't work for me. I showed you initially the method that did work for me. I just wanted to put the option out there as to what might work for you. And that's about it. Have a nice day, folks, and good luck in your juggling.